Hey, welcome back to the Black and Gold Standard Podcast. And today we want to get into the ops. We want to get into the ops of the of the Buffalo Bills. I'm jumping the gun a little bit. Um, if you watched the show yesterday, I apologize for the sound. Um, my internet, we had a outage in my area, I think last week, and all my settings were off, and I think I found the problem. I think I fixed it. So I apologize for that. Um, so Pittsburgh Steelers take on the Buffalo Bills Sunday at, I think it's a 4 o'clock game. Yeah, it's a 4 o'clock game. This is a big game for the Steelers. But it's also one of those games where um just following, because this team is so inconsistent, but following their forte, how things usually work out for them. I wouldn't be shocked if they won this game. We'll see when I do my predictions of what I really think. But just knowing how the Steelers are, this team is so up and down. Um, they could actually, win this game, and I wouldn't be shocked. And also, the other way, I wouldn't be shocked if it goes the other way too. But just for a heads up, this is what we have going on for the rest of this week. Let's see here. Let's see what we got going on. So yesterday we did the review of the Steelers Bears game yesterday, and today we're doing the ops. So the ops is just something that I came up with, and we kind of look at 6 of the top players on the opposite team that the Steelers are taking on. And these are just players I think the Steelers some kind of way have to focus on. And then on Wednesday, we'll have our Smash the Gas show with me, Big Tate, and Big G. It's liable to be a Big G crash out. You never know. Then on Turkey Day, on Thanksgiving Day, I'm going to jump on at 12 just to do the matchups. And with the matchups, we kind of just go through each position. I kind of give my opinion on who I think has the upper hand, who has the better players at that position. And then Sunday, we'll be back on. We do our 2-minute post-game show. Me, Big Tate, Big G, and Afton. We're right on. We usually get on maybe about 4 minutes left in the game or so, and you can hear us to kind of give a early reaction to whatever's going on and how the game is going. So that's just something that I got going on for the rest of this week, and we'll get right into it. So, like I say, the ops, and we kind of look at the just a glance of the opponent's top 6 players, and I'll pick 3 guys on offense, and I'll pick 3 guys on defense, and these are just some guys that I think Steelers got to really kind of focus on. These are the guys that you know that can beat you. And with that said, let's get right into it. So let's see where we want to go here. Oh man, let's see here. We want to get into. We want to find the right thing. I can't even find the right format for this thing. But anyway, we want to get right into that. And again, I just want to say, it's disappointing as we all are as Steeler fans. Um, it's we just gotta take it as it go, and this team is really making us pull our hair out. But with that said, well, let's get right into it. So the number one op for the Buffalo Bills is quarterback Josh Allen, last year MVP. The good thing about him is, I mean, he's a stud, and I just want Steeler fans to look at, because honestly, when you look at Buffalo's offense, other than um Cook, I would say Cook is probably better than our running backs, but other than that, and their tight ends are probably a little better, but receiver wise, they don't have any weapons really, but you'll see the difference that what a franchise quarterback will kind of do for you. And I mean, I think if you take Josh Allen off this team, off this Buffalo team, this offense probably, I mean, they'd probably be able to run the ball a little bit, but even with that, I think teams would probably stack the box and shut their running game down. But um you'll just see what a franchise quarterback can do for your team, because he's the he stirs the pot for them. I mean, from passing the ball to running the ball, I mean, he does a little bit of everything. He's gotten way better with his accuracy, and it's just a coaching malpractice that they haven't got this man any big time weapons, and they're really letting, this is a team that's letting their Super Bowl window close. You know, so Josh Allen's going to be a guy that Steelers just got to maintain. You almost got to put a spy on him. You almost got to spy him, because he will run, and any those third and fives and all that, he will convert them with his feet. Um, so this is going to be a guy that the Steelers going to have to really, this is going to be a guy that the Steelers are going to really have to keep an eye on, and keep him in the pocket, because he can hurt you. So if you look at his stats, he's 228, 327 for that 69.7%. Almost 70% of his passes. And he's really not dinking the ball, and I mean, he goes down the field with it. 2,700 yards, 18 touchdowns, 9 picks, and a quarterback rating of 101.6. So he's definitely a threat, and he's definitely the number one op. Okay, moving to the running back. James Cook III, having a great year. I know at the beginning of the year he had a little contract swabble that he ended up getting together. But he's a guy, and I think part of it is just having Josh Allen back there. Teams can't just concentrate on the run, or they also have to concentrate on Allen keeping the ball. So it opens up a lot of things for Cook. He's basically he's a home run hitter. He'll get some long runs on you. Good receiver out the backfield. So we look at his numbers: 199 carries for 1,084 yards, a 5.4 average. That's great. That's huge right there. 8 touchdowns, 24 receptions, 203 yards, 8.5 average, and he added one more touchdown with the reception. So this is a threat. Now I must say the Steelers have been very good against the run, but it almost seems like for them to be good against the run. They have to just focus on the run, and then they lose focus on the pass. It seems like they can't do, or if they focus on the pass, they're terrible stopping the run. So like I say, this team is just so up and down. No, from week to week, from game to game, from play to play, from quarter to quarter, you don't know what you're getting from this team. And don't let nobody fool you if they tell you they know, because they don't. Because the Steelers don't even know. So our next op is gonna be tied in Dalton Kincaid. Now he had some injuries, but he's back now. To me, and the Bills will kind of play a 2 tight end set sometimes, but to me, Arthur Smith, if you're going to really have a offense that's going to feature tight ends, which to me I hate, regardless, even if you had the best tight end in the league. But these are the type guys. Guys like this, he's a weapon. He's a guy that can get down the middle of the seam, and he can actually threaten the defense. The Steeler guys, I don't see it. They don't really scare anybody. I mean, yeah, Big Washington, he's a load. He's a load if he catch that ball and get the running, but he's a Mack truck. He ain't going nowhere. I mean, if it takes the whole team, they can catch up with him and get him down to the ground. Like I say, I've always thought that the Steelers' offense was going to be very challenging in the red zone. You know, that's where I thought that this tight end grouping would really help us. But to play it almost every down and not have another receiver, it's crazy to me. But we're not going to even get into that again. So let's look at his numbers. Let's see what we got here. So 29 receptions, 448 yards, a 15.4 average. So that lets you know there he's stretching the field. That's a great average, especially for a tight end. He's stretching the field almost. That's a first down and a half that he's doing. On average. So that and he got 4 touchdowns. So to me, those are the numbers. Like, if you even going to justify playing a tight end like that, I need to see these type numbers. But we'll see. So let's move over to the defensive side. Joey Bosa. Up and down career. I mean, he really started off, game busters. A lot of injuries, kind of stay hurt a lot. Think he missed some games this year. You see right there, he got a cast on his wrist. But he's a guy that will get a Steelers offensive line fits. A high motor guy, very powerful. I wouldn't really say he's the same guy that he was in in LA with the Chargers, but still a guy that you have to account for. And his numbers: 24 tackles, 4 sacks, 7 tackles for loss, 4 forced fumbles. So he will try to jar that ball loose. And Buffalo defense right now is playing terrible. He's just he ain't no bum, but I just feel like he's not the same guy that he was just a few years ago. All right, the linebacker position. Terrell Bernard, one of those athletic guys. As you can see in that picture, not a big guy, a guy that you could really run at, but good in coverage. He's good at slipping tackles. Now he's the type guy that hopefully our offensive line can get to that second level, and if we can get to that second level and get up on him, they won't have no problem controlling him because he's not a big guy, more of an athletic guy. He's kind of he gonna want to slip tackles and make tackles that way, but he's been getting the job done. Looking at his numbers, 56 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 3 pass defense, 1 interception, and 2 forced fumbles. So he's a guy that will go in coverage, probably will be on some of our tight ends. And to be honest, I kind of like our tight ends against him because they're just so much bigger than him. So this should be a good matchup for the Steelers. Like I say, he want to stop the run. He want to kind of his game is more speed than anything. And then let's get to the last op. The last op is going to be their safety, Cole Bishop. Kind of a guy that he gets into the flow. He gets into the flow. He'll get in there and stop the run game. He'll come down in the box. As you look at his numbers, 61 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 7 pass defense, 3 interceptions. So he's a guy that you definitely got to recognize and know where he's at. Pretty good hands, and he's actually their leading tackler. And so sometimes that's really not a great thing when you got your safety being your leading tackle. That's letting you know that teams are getting to that second level. Running backs are getting to that second level. The Buffalo Bills are terrible against the run. So this is another game, Arthur Smith, that the Steelers should be able to run the ball. They should be able to run the ball and run the ball. And if Aaron Rodgers play, that should open up the play action pass. But the Steelers should be able to run the ball. But again, we will see how that works out. So that is it for now. Just kind of wanted to go over some of the Bills players and just give you a quick look at some of these guys and look for these guys on Sunday to hopefully not have a good game and the Steelers be able to handle these guys. So that is it. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Make sure you like and subscribe. Take care. Have a great Thanksgiving. It's coming up. Enjoy that time with your family before the Steelers ruin your weekend or make your weekend nice. So hopefully, we're all due a nice weekend. So hopefully that they take care of their business and get a dub. So until then, take care. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.